Hi, Ellie. Hi, Alex.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Okay, so today we'll be answering the question, how do machines create? So my name is Ellie. I live in Connecticut, and I'm going to ninth grade. And today I'm going to introduce you to a type of AI called GAN. So let's first answer this question. Can you give me any examples of creativity or what makes someone creative? You can either send it in the chat or just unmute.
Yeah, you may list a couple of as examples so the audience can think about other.
Yeah. So, someone said that to create ideas that are interesting, and I agree with that. Another example is like, for example, um, an artist that creates their own drawing, even if it's not real. Like, for example, this eyeball, obviously, you can't really see something like that in real life, so the artist probably imagined it. Or writing a poem, creating your own story, creating your own song, or it can even just be having the skill to problem solve and create your own solution. Okay, so we already know that machines can be programmed to predict what like we are drawing or like predictions of like what the stock market is going to be like. So like for example on the list this website, this it's going to give me okay, so it gives me like a subject to draw that the program doesn't know, and it's going to try to guess it. So I'm not like that good at drawing, so it might have a challenge. We'll see. So it says to draw a grape, and the program's going to predict. So as you can see, it can kind of predict what you're drawing. Does anybody want to try?
Yeah, would you please post the link so we can give it a try?
Okay, you guys can try that later. So, but the question is, can they create their own drawings or can they create their own media, like their own videos or poems? So now
I
let's
see a
like
button. Or
let's
elbow.
play.
Or boomerang. Or knee. Or sandwich. Sorry,
Okay,
I couldn't.
so let's play this game. Um, we're gonna try to guess if this was created by a human or a computer. So I'm gonna show you all these pieces of media, and you can either say human in the chat or computer. So for example, this drawing, what do you think it was created by? Okay, someone says, I'm not sure. Does anybody have a guess? Okay, someone else said a human. Yeah, this does kind of look like a familiar drawing if you've ever seen the Starry Night. So let's just say, let's just guess a person. Okay, so now we have this song. Do you think this was created or like played by a program or a human? Let me know if you can hear it.
No, we cannot hear yet.
Does anybody have any guesses? Okay, someone said a computer. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It kind of sounds like robotic and harsh. So, what about this video? It's going to be a person talking.
Voice. Students want to speak up, and it's important that they be able to become future adults and learn how to speak to adults, and that.
Does anybody have a guess? Okay, so some people are saying it's a real person or a computer. So we actually can't really tell that well. So I'm just gonna say I'm not sure for now. It's a joke. Do you think it was like thought of by a person or a computer? Yeah, I know it's not that good of a joke. Okay, so I guess we'll just say I'm not sure for now. What about this painting of this person? Does this like look real to you or was it generated? Yeah, there's like something off about this person's like face. So we're just gonna say a computer for now. And now we have this poem. So it says, "Here I, a song of joy, a song of happy sound, fills the air I breathe. To him I sing, to him I sing the happy song. All night long on the steep green grass I ride and sing." Do you think a person would be able to create this? Some people are saying a computer and some people are saying a person. So we can't really tell, I guess. So we'll just say I'm not sure for now. And now this other piece of music, do you think this was played by a human or a computer? Okay, so everybody seems to be agreeing that it was played by a human. And now we have this handwriting. Does this look like something a robot could have created? One person pointed out that this kind of looks like the signature option on Adobe. So it's probably a computer because it looks similar to this like other signature
Ellie, can you hear me? Let me see. Okay, I think Ellie has a connection issue. She may connect back. Just give her a couple of minutes. Yeah, she seems dropped. The connection is not there.
Yeah, we have some network issue. I'll talk to her.
Okay, sure. Yeah, at the same time, I just post that link again, so we can spend a little bit of time to play that game. Let me see if I can play that. Okay, I will share my, wait a minute, why it's not? Oh, gee. Okay, I will open this. It's short, okay. We can play that together before Ellie join back. Yeah, let me share my screen. Let's just share that. This one, okay, quick draw. Yeah, Ellie, when you come back, just let me know. Ah, this is not super.
Sorry, I couldn't guess it.
Okay, so now we can draw a car. See, I'm not really good on drawing, so
I see squiggle. Or toothbrush.
oh
Or
my
hat.
gosh.
Oh, I know. It's car.
Oh, okay, great. This is a little bit challenge.
I see line. Or trumpet. Or arm. Or elbow. Oh, I know. It's crown.
Oh, great. Okay. This is a little bit more hard.
I see bench. Or zigzag. Or shoe. Or snowflake. Or hand.
Oh no.
I see flower.
Okay. So that sounds really bad.
Sorry, I couldn't guess it.
Let's try again. Oh, this one is very hard. How can we draw a lightning? Okay. I see.
I see mountain. Or zigzag. Or
Okay.
star.
So Ellie is coming
snowflake.
back. Great. Let me stop sharing so you don't have to wait. Okay. Yeah, I stopped sharing so you can share your
Yeah,
screen.
sorry about that. I lost connection.
That's okay.
Can you let me share the screen again?
Yes. Oh, sorry, I forgot to make you to be co-host. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, now you can share. I'm sorry. That's
Okay,
okay.
thanks. So, okay, continuing, do you think these humans, like, do you think these pictures of humans are real or AI generated?
It looks very real.
Yeah, so people are saying that these drawings look real, but in fact, these drawings, like these pictures are all, so there's like this website and it has an AI model that generates people that are not actually real. So like all these people I'm showing right now aren't real. It was AI generated. So the point is, okay, so all of this this media that I've shown was actually generated by a computer. So what I'm trying to say is that machines can generate media, but they can also generate people in deepfakes, which are videos of people. Now, deepfakes are not actually used very well. Many people use it for bad reasons, like to trick people or give out false information. So we do be able to use these things in a careful way. So now getting back to our question, how are these AI models being able to create all these images or media. So basically, instead of like creating a prediction, the AI uses something called GAN to generate a piece of new media. I'll explain that in a second. So it stands for Generative Adversarial Network, and basically there's like two main components, and the first part is the generator. It's the part that creates all the media based off of data sets. It creates like a picture based off like a random input. And its job is to make the creation look like as real as possible, like that it was created by a human. The discriminator, the second part, it opposes the generator. Its job is to tell the generator that its creations don't look real or real. So basically its job is to identify if it's fake or not. And they work together because every time the generator creates something new, it asks the discriminator if it's real or not. And if the discriminator says no, then the generator generates something even better. And it keeps going in a loop until finally the discriminator is tricked. So to help you understand this more, I've created, so basically what I'm trying to say is that the generator and discriminator like work together and oppose each other, like if that makes sense. So to help you like understand this more, like I've created a scenario. So basically there's this like story. So in my story, there's this artist and there's a judge. So the artist is supposed to be the generator, the part that creates, and the judge is supposed to be the part that tells if it's real or not. So the artist draws something, for example, this eye, based off of like what she's seen before. Like for example, like if she's obviously seen like other people's eyes, so she kind of knows what it looks like. So she draws an eye and she asks the judge if it's real or not. And the judge gives a decision, and the judge says no, because it doesn't look that real. It looks like it's pencil drawn. So the artist makes the drawing better with the advice from the judge and comes back and asks if it's real or not. So the judge says no again because it looks like it was drawn. So each time the artist improves at creating and the judge improves at spotting fakes. So the artist keeps asking if this is real or not after improving the drawing, and the judge will say no. And finally, the artist becomes so good that the judge believes that the drawing is real. So this scenario is kind of like how GAN works. So let's say the artist is the generator and the judge is the discriminator. The generator keeps generating media until the discriminator is fooled and believes that it was created by a human. Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, I posted a question in the chat. So it's a common
Okay.
question. Who will be the discriminator? Is a human or the computer? Here will be the discriminator.
So usually it's the computer, but humans also like decide if it's real or not. And most of the time, AI generated pieces look pretty real, like as shown before.
Also, is there a process which human can give the tag? So say, for example, this is an eye generated by the generator, and the human
Yeah,
can
there was.
or
Yeah, so I don't know if this website is still open, but there's like the study and it showed a bunch of like people, videos of people, and people either like went onto the website and said if it's real or not. And there's a study of that, and I can like post it on Google Classroom later, but basically a lot of people believed it was real and a lot of people didn't. So the creators like kind of told the machine, like told the, like improve the program so that it would become even more real.
Okay, so another question, I'm not quite sure whether you know the answer. So if the generator generates something totally new, unexist, for example, some sort of outspace creature, so nobody really know what that's supposed to be. So who will make the judgment? I mean, is a human
Well,
will get involved to make the judgment, or only the AI, or it's a mix, you think?
I guess it's mixed,
Okay,
but the generator doesn't really generate something completely new because it generates media based off its data set on what was actually like real. So I don't think it would be able to generate something like completely like new.
okay, thank you.
So this is kind of like a model. So the generator learns from the data set, which is just like random pieces of media. Like for example, if the generator was trying to generate, like if you ask the generator to generate like an animal or something, then the generator would look at thousands of pictures of animals and study its like patterns, like for example, fur shape, color, like facial expressions. And then the generator would generate something based off what it has learned, something kind of new, but not completely new because it generates it based off of the data it has. So then it asks the discriminator, and the discriminator also has a data set of like real images, music, or like other stuff. And the discriminator like compares the two pieces of media and decides if it looks like it was created by a robot or not by comparing if like they look similar. So for example, if the discriminator had pictures of the animals, it would see if this media generated by the generator looks like it could be one of those animals. But keep in mind the generator generates something completely new. It's like it generates a piece of media that could exist, but it doesn't. So finally, if the discriminator says, no, this looks like it's AI generated, then the generator will keep going. And finally, the discriminator will believe that will find a match and believe it's created by a human. So some of you might ask, like, how is this different from like the traditional models of AI? Well, the generator, GAN doesn't really predict stuff, it creates stuff. What I mean by that, it's instead of like predicting like a stock, like the price of a stock or something, it takes what it knows from the data set and creates something that hasn't been seen before. So this is kind of like what I mean. Instead of saying what will happen next, the GAN is saying, here's something new that could exist based on everything I've learned.
So can I think like this? The GAN is not very user statistic. Instead, they are really learning and build the model.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show you an AI generator that uses this type of AI. So we can just type in any like random prompt for the AI to generate something. So for example, we could type in something that's like not like something you wouldn't see really normally. Does anybody have any suggestions? Okay, so we can see how it does with flying trees. Like you probably wouldn't see something so like this normally. And there's probably not any pictures of that. So it's going to here. So we have these pictures of these trees, but they aren't like really flying, I guess. But like there's like some of them in the sky or like on a cliff or like I guess this is supposed to be in the sky or in the ocean. So this is because there's not like really like it doesn't have flying trees in its data set. So it has to create something based on what it has. And it probably has like pictures of trees and like a sky. So now let's do an activity. I'm gonna send this link for all of you to try. And I want you to think of 2 to 3 different ideas and choose your favorite. Then you can send me like what your prompt was in the chat and what kind of data set you think the model will use. And I'm also going to send the slideshow. And I want you to come onto the slideshow and paste your image on one of these slides. So I'll do the example of the flying tree. And then afterwards, after we see all the pictures, we're gonna try to guess what the prompt was.
Oh, that's very nice. Let me give it a try.
And let me know if you can open the slideshow.
Yes, I can open. Okay, let me see. It should create something. Um, save it. I don't think I can add it, right? So I just can open.
Let me give. Can everybody please refresh their page and see if you can edit now?
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah, and once you paste your image, can you send me privately in the chat of what your prompt was and like what data set you think the model used?
sure.
So I'll give 2 more minutes and then we can go over the pictures and try to guess.
This tool is really cool.
Okay, so I guess we can go over the pictures now and try to guess what was the prompt. So this looks like a monkey eating bananas, but there's lots of bananas. So what do you think the prompt was for the machine, for the AI program? You can just like type a guess in the chat. Yeah, someone guessed a gorilla eating bananas, and that's pretty much correct. The real prompt is a monkey eating banana, but they're pretty much pretty similar. And does anybody have a guess on what kind of data set the AI would use to generate a gorilla or monkey eating a banana? Yeah, some people are saying like pictures of animals or bananas. And that would probably be correct. So I think we have 2 more examples, I guess. So we have this picture. It looks like some kind of building with the sky view. What do you think this is? Yeah, someone guessed a ghost house in Twilight because I guess this building looks kind of like abandoned. And I don't know the actual prompt for this because the person didn't send me, but it's probably maybe something similar. But since this is so abstract, we don't know for sure. But let's just say it is a ghost house in Twilight. So then maybe it would use pictures, it would like go through the data set and try to use pictures of, try to make something based off of pictures of like abandoned houses and the sky. And we have this final example. So does anybody have a guess on the prompt that was used? Yeah, someone said a picture of a dog smiling wearing a suit. And that's kind of correct. It's a picture of the prompt that was used is a picture of a dog that's funny and smiling. And what do you think what do you think was used for the data set? Because like you probably wouldn't find that many pictures of like dogs like wearing a suit, but maybe we could try. Well, notice the teeth. The teeth don't look that real, and it's probably because they use different like parts for the creation. Like for example, using a data set for the teeth. And maybe even a human image. And we have one more. So this looks like, I guess, Messi playing soccer. And this was like, you can see like his face doesn't look that like real. It looks kind of off. But what do you think? What was the prompt for this one? Yeah, some people are saying like a soccer player, Messi kicking a ball, or like Messi plays soccer. And that would be basically correct. So now that we've like learned a little bit about how like what kind of AI the machines use to generate these pictures and media, let's go back to the example I showed earlier and try to just like talk about the data set that you think the computer used, the generated part. So here, this one, if you don't recognize this, but this kind of looks like the Starry Night, which was painted by Van Gogh. So maybe the generator used a picture of the Starry Night to create a painting based off it, kind of. And it fooled the discriminator to thinking it was actually a painting, because the discriminator probably found other, like, has a data set with other paintings and probably found some that look similar. So we'll do a few more. So let's go back to this happy birthday song. So before I play this, actually, I'll just say after.
Yeah, I don't think we can hear it.
Oh yeah. So you can kind of notice how it's like different from the regular happy birthday song. There's like added chords in the left hand. So the computer was probably like asked to generate like a song for like someone's birthday or something like that, and it based its generation off of like a typical happy birthday song. So this one was a deep fake of a person talking. I don't know if you can see it though.
Yeah, I can see it.
Voice. Students want to speak up, and it's important that they be able to become future adults and learn how to speak to adults, and that.
So to me, and to this person looks pretty real, right? So the computer probably has like thousands of videos or images or even voice recordings of people talking and generated something different but based off of that. So we can do this one too. Does anybody like have a yes on what kind of data set the computer AI used? Okay, so some people are saying like maybe other jokes, and some people, like one person said like maybe from like an elementary school textbook, which could be possible. So the generator probably based off the joke from those pieces of data. And we have this painting. What kind of data set do you think the AI used to generate this piece? Yeah, this looks kind of like an oil painting, and maybe in the data it used, the generator used, certain styles of oil painting, or maybe pictures of humans and pictures of oil painted humans. This poem, so like for the example, this one, we can't really like tell if it was like a human or a computer generated, but what do you think the type of data the generator used to create something like this? Yeah, someone said like maybe other poems that were written by humans and songs and like styles of writing poems, for example, like rhyming them or like creating something meaningful. So everybody guessed that this was played by a person, but it was actually a computer. So let's listen to it again to remember what it sounds like. So I guess it was created based off of like Bach pieces, and that's why it sounds similar to something he would write. And now this is created by a computer, this kind like this handwriting. And what kind of data set do you think the computer used? The generator specifically. Yeah, some people are saying like cursive handwriting and the Microsoft Word's font library, and just like pieces of handwritten work. So yeah, that's probably what the generator used to create something similar to this, like this. And now we have these pictures of these humans that aren't real, they don't exist. But the computer probably has thousands of pictures of other real humans and pictures of like their facial expressions or like features, and probably like looked at the patterns and created these people. So let's go back to our beginning question. Do you think machines can be creative? Why or why not? Yeah, some people are saying no, because they're not creating it like by themselves, they're creating it based off of data they've seen. Yeah, and someone said they can only learn what exists and not create something from nowhere. So like, for example, when we did the flying tree example over here, like obviously there's not that many like pictures or like of actual flying trees because they don't exist. So that's why the AI model can't really generate something like that. Okay, so thank you for listening, and on Google Classroom, I'll post the links that were used. So like, for example, if I'll post like these stuff, and I'll also post a homework assignment, and if like, can you please fill it out if you want?
Thank you, Ellie. Yeah, this is great. I think we learned a lot from what you presented tonight. Okay, great. Thank you so much, and everybody have a great night. Thank you. Bye.